Hello and welcome everyone. The final side mission for Conni 11 through 20 will have me hunting for fox from a ground blind. Connie Holzer wants one last push to get the red fox population under control. For this, she wants me to travel to Spreeberg Lake and harvest 3 foxes down from a ground blind. That means that both the fox and I will need to be within the highlighted area to count, and the shot will need to be taken from within the ground blind. For vanilla, I have 3 options at the northern end to choose from. Alternatively, I can also use the DLC ground blind and place it anywhere within the highlighted area to qualify. Big or small, male or female will count, but in any case, I'll have to be mindful of red fox need zones and plan my hunt accordingly. For the Class 2 red fox, my vanilla loadout will consist of the Vicoso 357 and the Ranger 243. My personal preferences for DLC weapons will be the Cuomo 243 and either the Frost 257 or the Quist Reaper. In any case, the Predator Jackrabbit collar will come in handy to coax an unsuspecting red fox into range of a blind. For DLC blinds, I'll be using the regular ground blind, but the waterfowl blind usually counts for missions like these as well. To draw them into range in front of the blind, I'll place a scent tube or the electronic collar in clear view for an easy kill. I decided to begin the mission with the vanilla ground blinds, but since I didn't have a suitable zone near any of them, I needed to start by scouting the surrounding areas to see what I could find at different times of day. All 3 blinds are located by small clearings and had limited lines of sight. Because I specifically needed zones that I could call to, I would place a marker on the blind, then circle them at around 150 meters away, looking for tracks, calls, animals, and need zones. Even though red fox are mostly active at night, I'm not a fan of hunting in the dark. So I concentrated on just searching during the daylight hours. But I didn't build any blinds until I knew which one had the best odds of calling in a fox. I spent a decent chunk of time combing the woods, but it beats a strategy of sitting in a blind all day with a hope and a prayer. In the process, though, I found another animal I plan to come back for later. Eventually, I had a handful of zones to choose from, with 3 near the blind to the southwest. So first, I returned to the blind to build it, then fast-traveled to a nearby tent. Reset to slightly ahead of their zone start time, then cautiously made my way back to the blind. Once I was there, I simply watched and waited for signs of a fox. And the first clue I got was a mating call to my right. I watched and waited a little longer, keeping an eye in the direction of the zone. But when nothing turned up by 2 p.m., I decided to see if they had snuck in unseen and pulled out the collar. After a couple tries, one came out to investigate. A level 4 male will do just fine. I didn't have a clear shot yet, but he was slowly making his way toward me. I tried the collar again to entice him even closer. In the process, I lured one in with him too, but it took off after the shot. With the surrounding area completely blown out, I went out to claim my first harvest for the mission. He is a common-colored level 4 male scoring silver at 7.9. He isn't much of a monster, but hunting from the vanilla ground blind doesn't provide many options. The shot hit a little high, but got him broadside through both lungs at 47 meters. I could have returned to the blind and picked off more using the same strategy, but I wanted to try using the scent tube and a portable ground blind for the DLCs instead. I didn't have a suitable location to set up on though, so once again I set out to scout for clues. Most of the area around the lake is hilly and wooded, making it tough to find open areas to hunt. There's a few meadows next to the castle that might work, and another spot on top of a hill east of the lake. Ultimately, I chose to set up near the trails to the north. The field itself was shaped like a bowl, and it had a great vantage on the side of an overlooking hill. So I set the feeder in the bottom of the bowl, and the ground blind a little over 100 meters away. The biggest drawback to this strategy, though, is that the scent tube only works during the red fox feed time at night. After grabbing the night vision binos and the angler scope, I returned to the blind during red fox feed time. I haven't used the scent tubes much and wanted to see how well they worked. Combined with my desire to bag the biggest, baddest red fox on the reserve, I held my fire at first to see what showed up. In the end, I chose to harvest a decent male during the early morning rotation. On the way to the blind, I spotted an attentive level 6. I had the wind on my side, but the ground blind itself was on the opposite side of the scent tube. So I slowly made my way across the top of a nearby ridge toward my blind, racing against the clock as fox feed time was running out. After a long, noisy journey, I was glad to see both fox were still there. But just as I got a bead on him, I ran out of time, and they began to take off toward their next rest zone. He was back too as he took off, and I had a bad shot. Improvising, I hauled out the predator jackrabbit collar and tried to draw him back in. Now I just needed to wait for a clear shot at his vitals. Got him. I tried to get a quick shot at the female too, but she was too small and too fast to get an accurate shot. So I went to pick up the male. My second harvest for the mission is a dark red level 6 scoring gold at 10.34. He took a little legwork and a little coaxing to get, but was well worth the effort. My shot hit just above the heart, hitting him in the shoulder and both lungs at 84 meters. Again, I could have just reset the time and completed the mission at the scent tube. But while scouting the area, I also spotted another level 6 male in a rest zone not far away. He was as good a fox as any, so I decided to reset the ground blind up. Then I returned a few days later to complete the mission. No sooner had I stepped into the blind when a fox called from my left. I suspected it might be him, so I watched for movement through the trees. And after a short wait, he appeared. I had hoped that he would settle into his zone for an easy shot, but when he went alert en route, I knew it was now or never. And he went down instantly. My final harvest for the Conni 11 through 20 side missions is a red level 6 male, scoring silver at 9.96. The tried and true Ranger 243 did the job once again, dropping it instantly with a shot to the shoulder, lung, liver, and stomach at 60 meters. With the third harvest down from a ground blind near Spreeberg Lake, I completed the mission. All these strategies require patience and scouting, as hunting from a blind often does. Sadly, I didn't finish these side missions with a diamond, but the piebald female I got for Conni 16 is still one of my favorite harvests to date, so no worries. If you found this video helpful, be sure to leave a like and subscribe for more content. Thanks for watching.